Starting to the top left of the map, we have the last Zerg standing. One of the Casper players, he's starting for Samson Khan, and his ID is... not Hero.
Hero.
No, not quite. But nice try.
Well, that's our Protoss player. So
okay, the Protoss player was just introduced. We're doing things reverse style today.
Yeah.
So, which player do I actually now introduce?
Well, let's just remind everyone that the other player is for the team Samsung Khan. There he is.
There we have, once again, the last Zerg standing. Starting to the top left of Ahana, it is...
Samsung Khan, RorO.
Now, I want to mention that, you know, even though we didn't give Hero a proper introduction in this game necessarily, you can go to YouTube and go to GomTV.net and check out the VODs of all our other Hero introductions if you really wanted to hear a proper one. There's a lot available. What happened to your chair?
Nothing.
What did you do?
I found out today that I can actually take my chair apart.
I don't know, man. I guess so.
I can tell you one thing, that's gonna be a thing. Get used to it.
Okay. Tyler doesn't know his own strength here at the GSL. He's breaking his chair. I keep saying the GSL. This is actually the WCS, cast from the studio where the GSL is also produced.
That's right.
You love how I do this once a day by accident and then somehow like climb out of the hole.
Next time I'm gonna hand you a shovel. Yeah, well, we have the Nexus first now for Hero. And a nice block by Hero on the top left. RorO trying to start his expansion, of course. We already have the spawning pool for him. And here it is, the hatch. Yeah, let's see what exactly Hero is up to. I mean, on this map, we can go still for those two-base timing attacks. We have seen Blink Stalker on this map. We have seen Immortal pushes. We have seen the third base. Also, some aggression on only 4 gates in the early game with a +1 attack upgrade, which proved in some ways actually already fatal. So, a lot of potential here. On the other hand, a few Zergs, like Jadong, for example, when he was up against... Was it Puzzle or Genius? I think it was actually Genius. Yeah, it was Genius.
Yes.
Yeah, when he just had this huge gap in his wall and Jadong was looking at it, he was like, yeah, well, if you don't wall off, then I guess I kill you right away.
By the way, I wanted to mention that Hero did go for Nexus first and then went for Gate before Cannon. So he is playing this a little bit risky, but he's managed to make these Zerglings chase his probe for so long that he was not even forced to make an extra pylon to complete his wall. Pretty, I was just going to say, pretty fortunate for him there. And yeah, third hatch coming down really quick.
Exactly. Pretty early third hatch here indeed. And let's see how RorO is going to defend this. For him, it's of course now really important that he's going to scout what's happening.
I guess this is a full wall. I could have sworn I watched a probe walk through that, but it turns out that that is not actually a correct assumption. So this is a tight wall, which means the one probe he has out to scout is so crucial. And RorO already spots it, but he's not going to be able to kill it in time to deny the vision of the third hatch. Yeah,
he won't be able to kill it in lead. But we have already a few Zerglings now on the map, not only controlling the Zanaga watchtowers, but he can poke in and spot if his opponent is getting the +1 attack timing, or what exactly Hero is going to do. The Protoss at this point in time is on 2 gas, and is just finishing a Cybernetics core, so has a lot of gas available. It starts with the first sentry immediately, and we'll find out in just a few seconds what's his idea of attack follow-up is going to be.
That's going to be a Robo.
Yep,
there it is. So the probe came out before 150 gas. That is a pretty telltale sign, and quick Robo coming out here. I really think he wants to use this to be aggressive, but at the same time, this is possible that he wants to just hold a third with it, and he saves the probe. That's actually quite impressive. 1 hit point left on that probe.
How did that probe actually manage to walk up all to the top right, spot the hatch while being followed by Zerglings,
he even
turn around and get into the base?
He even walked around earlier to deny the Zerglings from seeing that the cannon was late and ran around those Zerglings like... He actually ran circles around those Zerglings like 6 times. What a probe, man. That probe is pro. Take out the BE there. Well, RorO finds himself supply blocks. Has actually been kind of a trending problem for him in this tournament.
We have the Warp Prism actually building right now, and this is pretty interesting because at this point this could mean several things. Of course, a lot of these Immortal pushes are being executed with an early Warp Prism, then a bit of harass with the sentries, and then you start with those Then you start with those Immortals. On the other hand, it could also just indicate that he's going, there they are, 3 additional gates that he's going for attack with War Prism and tries to cut his opponent off at the choke point.
Yeah, he's got a Roach Warren, something that some players have tried to skip on this map and have died because of it. So we'll see how that works out for him. Just made 10 drones. He's getting his Lair and Evolution Chamber all lined up at very normal timings. We'll see how much damage this drop is going to do. He actually just drops him out immediately and is going to kill his Overlord, which actually, you know, some might argue, oh, well, he sees it. Well, of course he's going to see it. There's so much good vision here for RorO, but this actually supply blocks him, which makes it a lot harder for him to actually defend this attack.
And he now has to be careful with his main base, of course, as well. There's the War Prism already headed this way. Another Queen gets sent up the ramp, as now RorO knows exactly what could happen
and
here.
Even with 2 Queens here, man, he's going to be able to get the Force Field off. There's no speed for the Lings. There's not going to be any Roaches coming in there. And I'm a little bit surprised, actually, he did not commit there. There was no way to stop him. He would lose the Warp Prism, but he could get a Warp in a unit that could have done so much damage. He's going to go for the 3rd base instead. Well, he's thinking about it. Now it's like too late to do anything.
The Warp it wouldn't have been in time. With 2 Queens targeting the Warp Prism, the Warp it just would have been ready. And only the Sentries cannot take down the Queens. Especially not with energy for additional transfuse. That's not going to happen. So at this point, he knows, of course, what's going on. Here we go.
Oh, this is just a mistake. Yeah, he gets out there. Just trying to do a little bit of damage. Picks off a Ling. Gonna try to force his Overlord back as well.
Tries to be a little bit annoying, but he builds now the 3rd base and also the Immortal, so we have a 3 base build by Hero, and RorO, what's she gonna do? So far, we don't have attack follow-up. He reached his lair attack, but only a speed for the Roaches. Didn't start anything like an Infestation Pit or a Spire just yet. Most likely going for the Infestation Pit here.
Yeah, so the Lings out on the map now are going to be pretty hard to make work if good Force Fields are dropped, and so far they are not. Now he can drop them, and this is exactly what the Lings want. He wanted to force them up the ramp so you can actually come down here and force the cancel on the Nexus. He warped these sentries in very close to those Lings, a very dangerous choice. Since the Nexus has so many hit points already, he will be able to push the Lings back, but the Roaches are now here.
Yeah, the Roaches are here indeed, and they start to pick off sentries, and this is a bad thing for you to happen. He has to cancel! Oh no. Oh wow. Boom, and there we go. It's down, and now Hero finds himself in some trouble.
That was actually a big problem. I cannot believe he did not cancel that. He selected it like as it was dying. I saw the little highlight there. And RorO is going to continue the attack though, which also may become a mistake. If Hero defends the next wave without taking very many losses, that's one way he can catch up.
He has too many Immortals already. With 3 Immortals, RorO has to... I mean, he can still make this work, but only if he attacks the main base and the natural and the 3rd base at the same time and is able to draw Hero out.
Yeah, and he's going to be so careful. He almost killed the Forge there, but not quite, taking the shields out. He wants to force a cancel on the Nexus once again, and he may, but this trade is going to become less and less worth it unless he doesn't cancel again, which he did not cancel again.
Yeah, he didn't cancel, he lost it for the 2nd time, and this is definitely going to be a huge problem for Hero. Now the Zerglings run into the main base, and this is exactly what we talked about. Like this is exactly what he needs to make this work. Lings in the main base, 1 Immortal being taken down, the Lings now headed for the probes. This is bad.
He has killed all the pylons. Hero is now supply blocked. He doesn't know where to defend. He cannot defend all the locations at once. He can't defend his main and his natural. And the pylons at the 3rd. The Cybernetics core actually being targeted now. The Lings still doing damage. He decides to target the Nexus in the main, which does not end up working. The Roaches are tearing through these Stalkers right now. More and more streaming across the map.
The Cybernetics core is gone. No more Stalkers, and RorO is playing the Stefano style.
Yep. This is certainly Stefano's style, and the Immortals are kind of bumping into each other at the top of the ramp. More and more probes falling. And even though RorO has not made an Infestation Pit, he's continuing to make units. He has already done so much damage that he actually might even be able to transition if he wanted to, but that does not seem like it's on the cards right now. Hero with a lot of bank because he really wanted to get that Nexus up and to add additional gates. He's not been able to do so just yet. Even though he's got the bank, he doesn't have the core, so he can't make Cybernetics cores like Sentry Stalker. Sorry, I stumbled over my words there like so many times, but he cannot make those units, so he had to wait. That's another reason why his resources are banking here, and RorO just has so much on the map.
RorO has now a lot more harvesters, of course. He is in the economy lead, not only because he has the better work account, but also the 3 bases that he's currently saturating. We have him at 113 army supply against 61, and now he's moving in, trying to make this happen. The Force Fields, they are spot on, trying to shield those few Immortals that are still left, so that they can dish out the damage against the against Roaches, but another force is now running into the main base once again, blocked by an Immortal. Now he realizes what's happening, but there are just too many units everywhere on this map, and Hero is a little bit falling apart.
Yeah, he's not hitting force fields until too late. The Ling is doing the damage to those sentries already, and I mean, what can he do anymore? He's starting to stabilize a little bit, but I mean, there's just more and more units streaming across the map. Now that he's out of sentry energy, he's going to lose all these sentries, and RorO, though, he still doesn't have an infestation pit on the way, and the forces are actually really good this time.
This reinforcements, they are just not streaming in. That's one of the problems that he currently has. He still has a 50 supply lead, and there is only one Immortal left, if I'm not mistaken. Oh, actually, there are 3 of them. We have still 2 in the main base, but here come the Zerglings in the main. The Natural is once again being attacked. He wants to take down this robotics facility.
He wants to get the Immortal as well here, and he's taken out so many probes, but I mean, I think Hero actually may stabilize. I think he's actually stabilized now, and RorO finds himself in a tough spot. He's got the base up, but there's also a Warp Prism that can be used for a forward attack at that location. These Roaches, where are they going? Where are they going? They're going to hell. That's where they're going, man. All of them blasted the smithereens.
He needs to get his units together now. Still 2 bases for Hero, and of course RorO now trying to set a flank up, a run by. He's moving in 4 bases for RorO, and here comes the army for the Zerg. He's going in there, and there's just nothing that Hero can do to defend. He needs to attack. He wants to take his opponent down, but a base race against the Zerg in this scenario might be something that is just out of the question.
Yeah, I mean, there's too many Lings. He can chase down and kill every single probe. The probes actually misrallied here, and if he actually just catches and kills the probes, that's going to be it. Right now, in total, there are 41 probes on the map still. He's still mining. He's got enough to make a Nexus, and he left the hatchery up. He didn't even leave like 4 Stalkers to kill that, so not able to take that hatchery out. But
he kills most of the probes, but not all of them.
And where are the drone pulls? There it is, finally sending those drones away. If he actually sends it to this base, I think that's a mistake. Okay, he's going to make spines. This is a correct choice. And this is actually a lot of spines.
A lot of spine crawlers, and it doesn't look like Hero is going to send his units to the right side. He wants to take down the main base first, but now we have 117 supply against 92.
All the probes are going to die.
Every single probe here is going to die. He only has 9 left. That's all that he has, and Hero, he needs to save at least one of them.
All right, he's got 3 probes in his army. That's what he's going to have at the end of this game.
At the bottom right, though, the main base is now dying.
And
at
the
right
spines are
side
force
of the map.
cancelled,
Exactly, the spine crawlers have been cancelled, and the base is also obliterated.
Well, a lot better drone count for RorO, and the army supply is 81 to 79, so Hero needs to make something work with his army right away, because that's the one place where he is really close. He's got the right composition to fight as well.
But Hero has the better army in this point. He might not have the army supply, but just...
Oh my god, if he loses these probes to the Broodlings at the hatchery, his last probe is going to die to Broodling Scouter. Oh my god.
Oh, he could just kill it!
Oh my god, his
kill
last
it!
probe!
No!
Oh my god, what am I watching?
If RorO would have realized what's going on here, he could have just killed this last probe with the Broodlings or the Zerglings.
Yeah, well, he still can kill it if that probe is not protected.
Even the Queen could take it down.
Yeah.
Well, not in time, I guess.
Well, he needs to save that probe. This is actually just starting to freak me out a little bit.
The probe is still in the army.
The probe
is
being protected
along,
man. Look at that.
Oh, he's going to lose the Broodlings.
He may lose his probe to Broodlings.
No, it doesn't have priority in attack.
Oh, this, well, he's holding on here, killing the reinforcing units here. The probe is still alive. He pulls it back now.
The probe is not being attacked, and there is the one pilot that he's building. RorO at 45 supply against 60, building another base, but the army of his opponent is too big.
Wait a minute, why is he making 2 pilots in the same location? That's not smart. He should make them further apart from each other so it's harder for RorO to kill him with run-by potential.
Well, the game is essentially over.
Yeah, I think so.
As long as he finds the base that is currently being built by RorO.
But now he's got to keep his sentries here. He has to keep his sentries here and keep force fielding the ramp, make sure nothing can get into the main to kill that pylon. And that may be his idea. All right, you can't get up the ramp, I'll leave my sentries here. He's going to find this base with his Warp Prism. And he's going to try to figure out exactly what he wants to do. But I think, honestly, if he just uses the sentries to force field, what can RorO do?
Not a lot.
I mean, exactly. He doesn't have burrow movement. He doesn't even have burrow. So,
I mean, he needs to take down the space at the bottom right. He knows about it, so he knows what's going on. He has not enough minerals to build a base on his own, but he has the Warp Prism, and the Warp Prism can actually help him quite a bit.
He just needs to leave his sentries at home. It seems like a simple. I mean, it's actually just not complicated.
The wall prism is now on the move to the top left. He takes down the buildings.
He's
one
asking
by
to
one.
die, man. He just needs. I mean, this is kind of weird. He doesn't. Okay, so he's got enough to make an assimilator, or another pylon, whatever he chooses. He can make 2 assimilators, so he probably should do that because that's going to be more hit points, and also it's going to be a structure that he can make more than 1 of.
But he can't build it right now, because if he starts to do them, they will of course be revealed. RorO's only chance to win the game now is either go for a run by or just establish an economy that is good enough to start building units again. And this will take a long time, so Hero needs to defend those 2 pylons at the top left and just move out and kill the space. The more time he gives his opponent, the better for RorO.
Yeah, that's very true. And right now he is mining, in fact, and he's got a lot of supply available since he still has overlords all over the map. But it looks like Hero wants to go and end the game.
Hero has just such a great army that it's nearly impossible for RorO to... It's impossible for RorO to face the army. And now he's running right into these stalkers.
I cannot believe he didn't leave sentries. That's unbelievable to me. But he's now going to lose his pylons. He better drop that probe out right now, or he is going to lose this game. He drops the pylon. Oh, that was a close call, man. And now the last structure of the Zerg is this hatchery. All the drones in one basket.
No, he's building
all the
another.
extractors. Okay, he starts them.
And the Zerglings now run to the pylon. Don't tell me he's able to kill him.
He is not.
The entire
he will win
army
this
is
game.
to the right.
Protoss loses this game if he does not. Yep, he loses this game, I think, Calder.
He needs to build an assimilator. He can't.
12 hit points.
You gotta be kidding me.